G'day everyone, this afternoon Holly and I are bait fishing on the Muddy River.
Hey you! You're watching Holly and Robbie fishing.
Now, you might have thought I said Muddy River and not Murray River, and that's correct, because this is the Ovens River, but it's very muddy. We've had a lot of storms, the river's been up and down. It's actually settled and starting to look really nice now, but the banks are super duper slippery. And there's Holly up there. Say hello, Holly.
Hello, Holly.
Anyway, we've both got two rods. We've got Janjuck worms on one rod and we've got cheese on another rod. I assume that's what you're doing as well, is it? Yep. Right. There's a bit of current here, so I've got a great big sinker. The old Robbie Alexander Signature Series bait weight, made for me by Matt Thurling and his sons. And it's the size 4. And I'm hoping that it holds nice and stable out there in all that current. Now I've got to get my custom-made JD fishing rod ready to go. I might need to put a bigger sinker on that in this current. It's only got a small sinker. Right, I've got my second line rigged up here, paternoster rig, a couple of Janjuck worms, and I can just go out there. Now because of the current, I'm going to have this rod over here like that. When the current's quite strong like this, I don't like to have the rods too close together because the current just washes them downstream. And if one sinker's a bit lighter than the other, they can end up tangled. So doing it like this, it just allows me to put a couple of metres between them and separate them a little bit. Bro's hooked up down there. Hang on, I've got to get down there without falling over. Hey. I've got to be so careful. Did it get off? Holly just lost a mud marlin on her worms. Quick, get your line back in, there's not a second to lose. I'm trying to run down and the bank is so super slippery. Well, Holly's had a near fish experience. Yep. You just had a bite on your other rod. I just looked over because you were talking and I saw your other rod get a real nice bite. And a bite on your worms here. Looks a bit carpy and... Got him. I'm on, dolls. I think I might have the carp that you just lost. It certainly got the carpy look. I've got to hold my rod down low to keep it under my cheese rod. I can see a hole in his lip. It must be from your hook. You snagged, are you? Ever since the big floods last year, or the last couple of years, there's been a lot more carp around. But the Ovens River is in better shape than many of the other rivers. The lower Murray is just teeming with carp. We're getting more than normal, but not as many as other places. I'll give you a look at this bloke. I'll give him a wash, hold him up and show you, then dong him on the head and get my line back in. Notice how I'm barely even taking my eyes off my other rod there while I do this. Because I've seen too often this year just how quickly a fish, like a cod, can pull my line in. Anyway, we're on the board. Right, some fresh worms and away we go. After I knocked that carp on the head, Holly says to me, "Did it really have a hole in its lip?" I said, "No, darling, I was just yanking your chain." Bro's hooked up. Hang on, I run down, I just got to keep my eye on my rods. Ugh. Wow. That's a cod, is it?
Yeah, look.
Wow, that was so close. I almost fell over. Oh, go you.
Thanks, bro.
Got to watch my other rods here. You right with that? Holly's using a little stumpy rod. Uh-oh. Got me to grab it for you. Seeing as I'm already filthy and covered in mud and...
It's all good, bro. I got him.
You got him?
Yep.
Well done.
Thanks, bro. And he's got
it down a bit deep, has he?
Yep.
Give me a look, I'll help you out with that. Well done, darling.
Thanks, bro. You ready?
Yep. See you later, mate.
See you
well
later.
Done.
Thanks, bro.
Well, my fish was bigger than Holly's, but Holly's was a cod, therefore she's winning by a long way. Small cod beat big carp. Gee, boy, that's a fish. And got him. I reckon I've got another carp. Hey, look at that. That's a typical carp thing to do. Just go straight out there and head for the surface. This is slightly larger than the last carp I caught. I don't know that it's a record breaker, but it's certainly bigger than the last one. A bit like a carp. Usually when Murray cod aren't the greatest fighters, unless they're like really big and you're catching them on light line. But when a cod or a yellow belly bite, they always tend to go down, whereas carp often go to the top, and they'll often zigzag all around the place. And yeah, they come up near the top and they'll go upstream and downstream, and they make good use of the water that they've got. But there's always exceptions to the rule. While I reckon this is most likely a carp because of the way it's fighting, I could be wrong. And I'm not wrong, I'm very much right. It's a Carpio. Carpio monstrosius. Taking some drag. Someone told me once in the comments that I have my drag too loose because screaming drags get more views on YouTube. I think that people overthink things sometimes. The reason my drag's as set as it is because I don't want the fish to snap my line. Nothing more, nothing less. I've got a big carp and a small carp, but Holly's still in front because she got a cod. There is a landing net up there, but there's sort of no point grabbing it when I'm on a sandbar anyway. Oh, it's probably, you have to be 55 to 60 centimetres. Not the longest carp I've ever caught, but it's just very, very fit. Very good condition. Can I beach him? Is he ready to be beached? Almost. Yes. No. Yes. He might be a bit bigger than that. I think he's a very, very fat 60 centimetres. Have a look at the size of that. Ah, thanks, mate. Covered me in mud and water and all other kinds of slimy goodness. I'll get a photo. I need to bring a rag with me to wipe them clean. Clean them up for the photo. Right, fresh wormios. Back out there. Actually, not back out there, they're out there. The hook and sinker is back out there because it's been there before. But the worms haven't. This is their first tour of duty. That's better. There was a bit of mud on the lens and mud on my glasses thanks to that mud mowing. Did I tell you I went to the doctor the other day? I woke up one morning last week and I felt like a teepee. So it's a bit strange. I went to bed that night. The next morning I woke up, I felt like a wigwam. I thought this isn't right, so I went to the doctor and you know what he said? He reckons I'm too tense.
That's not my problem.
Bro's hooked up. What did you get it on, worms or cheese? Awesome. Oh, grab me phone, hang on. I've got to grab me phone, bro's got a monster. Where is me phone? There. Keep me eye on me rods. Righto. Definitely a carp, Holly says. I'll get up here and get an aerial shot, like a drone shot.
You haven't got much line on this reel.
What's that?
You haven't got much line on this reel, so I'm a bit worried.
Yeah, I need to put some fresh line on there.
That's definitely a carp.
Holly says it's definitely a carp.
I just saw it. Bozo.
Yeah.
You little brat.
Holly's hooked a big carp on the stumpy rod. Gotta tell you, if there was no carp in the river, we would have only caught one fish tonight.
Yeah.
Do you want me to get in and lift him out, or?
Yes, please, because you haven't got any shoes and socks on.
Oh yeah. Alright.
You've got mud.
Right. You keep your eye on my rods if you can. Where's the line? Ah! I'm glad you got that one cod when you did. Alright, here we go. Bro's lunging.
Hand capture him and throw him up here.
Hand capture him and throw him up there.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to leave him for you to deal with while I go and tend to my rods. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Just in case a big fish comes and pulls one of them in, which seems to be a bit of a pattern lately.
So always when you walk away from your rod,
I know.
that's the big ones coming in.
Look at that. You say that? That's called a comfort lift. Yeah. See how he's just laying there? You put your hand under their back and you lay them. You put your hand under their back and you lay them. Eventually they'll kick, but you get a few seconds. There you go, folks. Holly's monster. Don't let it get back in. All right, you're going to be right to deal with that?
Yes, thanks.
Great work, bro.
Cheers, mate.
What's going on here? What is on my line? Is there a crayfish or something on here? There's a fish. I've caught a cod. I'm not even joking. While I was down there helping you with your carp, I came back and the line was tight. I've got this tiddler. Well, you're still winning because your cod was bigger than mine. There you go, folks. An unexpected tiny little Murray cod of around 25 centimetres. See you later, mate. Gone. Came back from helping Holly deal with her carp, and I looked over and this rod was sort of bent a bit tight, and then I picked it up and there was a weight and I thought it was a crayfish, and I reeled it in, and halfway in the weight sort of halved. I reckon it must have wrapped around a branch or something, and then the little cod just turned up. I wasn't even fighting. No. 2 cod and 3 carp. Well, I put my line in the yellow belly hole, and no yellow belly said, God bless my soul, but a couple of small Murray cod and a few carp did. Have you had fun, bro? Yeah, bro. Me too. Thank you all very much for watching.